Now we look at unseen prose and poetry. It's unseen because the title of the book is not placed at the end. Okay? It's unseen because it's an excerpt from a book and you're tested on this in this area, unseen prose and poetry. So let's look at this. Okay, we'll read this excerpt and answer the questions. As they trooped off down the field with their sullen dogs, the farmer started the tractor up and the cutter blade blurred into life. Left alone, Gruby sank into a shocked stupor. His mind whirled round like a fly that dared not alight. A black vacancy held him. He seemed unable to move, even to wipe away the sweat that collected in his eyebrows and leaked down into his eyes. He sensed that the sun had settled over the earth so that the air was actually burning gas. He watched the tractor dwindle in the bottom of the field, as if it were melting into a glittering model in the haze. The cutting blade blurred into life. The above expression appeals to the sense of, now let's go back. In this case, it says, let's look at the sentence. It says, as they trooped off down the field with the sullen dogs, the farmer started the tractor up and the cutter blade blurred into life. The question says, the cutter blade blurred into life. The above expression appeals to the sense of A, hearing, B, touch, C, sight, D, taste. The answer is sight. You can imagine the cutter blade moving and cutting through the fields. Okay, the air was actually burning gas is a dash. A, personification, B, euphemism, C, metaphor, and D, paradox. The answer is personification. Of course, the air cannot stand up to burn gas like humans do. 23. The diction conveys a feeling of A, hope, B, helplessness, C, anger, and D, indifference. Now, when you go back to that text and you read, you see words like sullen faces on the dogs and things like that. So it shows already that there was a feeling of helplessness from that excerpt that was read out. The expression like fly that dared not highlight is A or an, A, simile, B, hyperbole, C, an irony, D, an alliteration. The answer is simile, with the use of like in that sentence. The setting of the extract is A, dawn, B, midday, C, evening, and D, night. The answer is midday. Let's look at another unseen text. Here in the station, it's no way different, save that the city is busy in its snow. But the old men cling to their seats as though they were symbolic and could not be given up. Now and then they sleep their gray old heads, resting with painful awkwardness on the back of the benches. Also, they are not at rest. For an hour, they may sleep in the gasping exhaustion of the ill-nourished and aged who have to walk in the night. Then a policeman comes by on his round and nudges them upright. You can't sleep here, he growls. A strange ritual then begins. An old man is difficult to wake. One man, after a slight nudge, does not move at all. He sleeps unsteadily. Once in a while, one of the sleepers will not wake. He will have had his wish to die in the great droning center of the hive rather than in the same lonely room fulfilled. The style of writing is A, argumentative, B, epistolary, C, narrative, and D, exposition. The answer is C, narrative. It's a story from all indications and from what we've read. It's not argumentative. Ideas are not, the writer is not arguing in this case. It's not epistolary, and neither is it expository. On the backs of the benches illustrates A. Synecdoche, B. Epithet, C. Assonance, and D. Personification. Backs, benches. So look at it. The sound is an assonance. The passage conveys a mood of A. Defiance, B. Hope, C. Fear, D. Despair. The answer is despair. Remember, the old men were sleeping and they were woken up by the policemen and things like that. Gaps in exhaustion of the ill-nourished and aged infer A. Helplessness, B. Slowness, C. Sadness, and D. Tiredness. The answer is A. Helplessness. Droning and hive illustrates A. Anecdote, B. Epigram, C. Allusion, and D. Epitaph. The answer is allusion, making reference to something in the past, history, or events that may have happened before.